Dags. Do you like dags?
Dags.
What?
Yeah, dogs.
Dags. Do you like dags?
Oh, dogs. Sure. I like dags.
So, hi everybody. Those of you who didn't go over to Rumble and watch the last couple weeks of videos, I got in trouble again. So I've been grounded for 2 weeks. That's why I wasn't allowed to come out and play. 2 weeks is over, which is why I'm here. And if you want to see what I talked about the last couple weeks, it's over on Rumble. Been thinking the whole 2 weeks about what to do from here. And I believe that the most prudent course of action is to, A, for the time being, leave this channel in lockdown. Once the strike that I have on it right now, once that clears next month, I will embargo off. And all the videos will go back live. And I'll try and just kind of manage this channel. Just kind of keep it going. Keep it limping along. Just because, you know, it's fun. And so that means that from here on out, I will not be posting to the EgoCast. I will be posting over at the EgoCast Andy. This will be for the foreseeable future. We'll see what happens when I start posting over there. Who knows? But it'll be, you know, just different. So that's going to be the new thing. We're transferring after this video. The next video I post, we'll talk about that in a second. It will be EgoCast Andy. That's where you'll see it. I think that's just what I'm going to do for now. We may adjust things in the future. I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it again. So that's the thing. EgoCast, the EgoCast Andy. Just like this channel, but with Andy at the end of it. Bop. That's it. I know most of you are subscribed to it. I think all of you are subscribed to it at this point, but nevertheless. So there's that. We're moving. We're all moving. Second thing. I think I'm getting sick. I'll be honest, it started this morning when I got to like my first job. I started it. I started feeling it. And I was like, oh, this isn't good. I drank a lot of water and I smoked very little. And I started to feel better. And when I got back from work, I was feeling alright. Sat and played a game of Magic. Beat the dog shit out of my dude with his own deck. Well, with one of his friend's decks, but nevertheless. It was a fun game. And I got home from work, hung out for a couple hours. Man, I've been feeling like shit ever since. My throat still hurts. I've been coughing. My sinuses are at a burning stage now. My head is starting to feel stuffed with cotton again. My neck is starting to hurt. So I think I am getting one of my classic illnesses. Yay. So, we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I'm trying to take care of myself to try and kick this thing before it actually really turns into something, but I think we're far too late for that. But anyway, so if I wind up calling off tomorrow because I'm sick, you know my rule. I don't work. I don't work. So there won't be a video tomorrow if I'm sick. And Saturday, if I'm still sick, You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to do a video. So, the next video I post will be over at EgoCast Andy, but it might be a couple of days because, of course, I'm sick. But anyways, the next video should be a banger. I gotta say that. I think it'll be a pretty good one. But anyways, that's what's going on. We're moving whenever I get better. The other thing that's happening is I got my last playmat today. I gotta tell you, this goes on the list of coolest things that I own. Right? You ready for this shit? Bam! Look at that beautiful, beautiful playmat. Right? We got Olamog, Kozilek, or Emrakul, Kozilek. Olamog, Emrakul, Kozilek. They came as 3. I think this thing is so fucking tight. Look at that shit. Stained glass windows. All 3 of the Titans. This is my playmat for when I go to fuck people up with my Eldrazi deck. Really love that deck. Really, really love this playmat. Fucking so cool. Second thing that I got that's cool. I showed you the other box that my dad made me for the sliver deck. The red one with the sliver on it. Bam! This is for my Eldrazi. Totally undyed leather with the colorless symbol just etched into the front of it. I think this thing is fucking awesome. Like, it really kind of sucks because when he finished it, I go walking downstairs to go smoke, and he's like, check it out. And I was like, aw, shit. And I like turned and looked. And when I first saw it, and I saw the big square with the circle around it, I was like, because it's supposed to be the colorless symbol. Let's see if I can show it to you. It's supposed to be the colorless symbol, right? That diamond there next to the 5, that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be the colorless symbol. Because I thought that would be cool. Because I was trying to find the symbols for the 3 Titans. Because each one of them has like kind of a weird symbol that's their own. But I couldn't find that. So I was like, well, I'll just do a colorless symbol because it's a colorless deck. It's a colorless box, right? Get it? But it's kind of like a bone color. You know what I mean? Like, you can't really... I'm looking at the night sky and the desert, fucking cactuses and shit. So, here, maybe I can... Because the blue of the stupid picture on my desktop really fucks it up. Yeah, see? It's like a really nice, like, bone color, right? And I really like that. As it ages, it's gonna, you know... Because it's just waxed leather. It's not dyed or anything like that. So, but yeah, so it's got the colorless symbol in the front of it. I really like it now. Like, because, you know, if you were doing a thing for, I don't know, weird summoning or whatever, and, you know, this would be what you'd probably make. I don't know. I think it looks cool now. It just looks all arcane and shit. I don't know. I'm happy with it. I think it's fucking awesome. And then it's got, you know, the deck box with the actual deck in it, and that slips inside of here. Boop. Got my commander there and the magnet and the deck box. So that is 2 out of 3 of the custom-made dad leather boxes for my 3 most powerful decks. Awesome. Alright. Now I think we're done fucking around. So let's talk about this fucking bullshit today. Let's go back to the blue. Nice mood lighting. So, a staple of this channel, a topic that we always kind of come around to talk about whenever it winds up being a thing. Dogs. Why do we talk about dogs? Because I love dogs. I think dogs are fucking awesome. They're just amazing creatures. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think a dog is as close as a human being gets to being able to actually experience the love of God on earth. It is unconditional. As long as you're nice to them, they're going to be amazing. If you're shitty with them, they're still actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, you really just, it's so tough to beat a dog down and just being awful, right? And there is no such thing as bad dogs, bad owners. Bad people make dogs bad because violence becomes all they know. They corrupt them. We corrupt these beautiful, beautiful, pure, innocent creatures and turn them into animals. I love dogs. I think dogs are awesome. I have to go and do work at the Humane Society for my job. And I get to go in there and I get to see all the puppies. And I get to make faces at the puppies behind the glass. And yeah, it's awesome. I get to see the dogs. And whenever I go to like people's houses, they got dogs sometimes. And a lot of the times dogs get locked up. Like today, dude locked his dog in the car. Apparently the car is like the dog's safe space. So whenever the dog gets really hyped up and nervous, dog goes and runs into the car. So the dog was in the car. But, you know, whatever. A lot of times there's dogs I get to play with, get to pet puppies and stuff like that. There's this one dog that lives at this house that we go and do work for. And it's a little pug that is always just running around out in the yard. I imagine it has a dog door. There's never anybody home there. I've never actually met the person that lives there. I go, I do my work, I leave, right? But the dog is always outside. And the dog always has a rock. It's just, it'll grab a rock and it'll carry around the rock and then it'll want to play. I don't want to let you throw me the rock. I want you to throw me the rock, but I really don't want you to throw me the rock. It does that shit. Where it'll drop it and then have its mouth like that far away from the rock, just waiting for you to reach for it so it can just grab the... Because like really that's the game that it wants to play. Snatch the rock from my mouth, right? But if you can get the rock, you throw the rock high, it runs and chases the rock, you sit and play with that puppy for fucking... Probably long enough, my boss might be mad if he found out. But nevertheless, I do throw the rock a couple times with the dog. I love dogs. I think dogs are awesome. I would give anything to be the type of person that has the type of lifestyle to which I could own a dog. I'm just not, right? I don't do houses. I rent apartments. I don't want to own a house. I don't really give a shit to. Like everybody's always like, oh, you're just not, you're not living the American dream if you don't have. Why do I need a house? It's just me. What do I need a house for? So I don't have a house. I don't give a shit about houses. I'm never gonna get a house. It's a big old fucking pain in the ass. It costs a lot of money. No, I don't need a house. I'm cool. So I rent. And having a dog in a one-bedroom apartment, I would have to get a smaller dog, right? Not that I'm opposed to having a smaller dog, but I would need to get a smaller dog because I would need to have a dog that's not going to be a big dog in a cramped little one-bedroom apartment. It'd have to be a smaller dog that could enjoy a one-bedroom apartment, right? Big, small enough that it doesn't cost me a fuck ton of money, but big enough for the dog whenever it gets the zoomies to be able to actually get a couple of steps and get a good zoom going, you know what I mean? But like, I you know, in the springtime I work 10 hours a day, 11 hours a day. Who's going to take the dog out? I am not going to leave my dog just sitting in my apartment for 10, 11 hours a day. Right? Like that's not cool for the dog. I don't live a lifestyle like I have a dog. And because I love and respect dogs so much, I'm not one of those arrogant fucksticks that's like, well, I don't care, I'm just going to get a dog. Right? So, I love dogs. I think they're great. Can't have one. I love women. Think they're great. Don't want one. I would rather have a dog. But yeah. So, news out of New York. There's some sort of thing going. I don't know if it's something Ma'am Danny wants to do or if it's just a thing that assholes want to do, whatever. I don't know, cat people, fuck them. They want to, like, make dogs illegal in New York. Apparently there's a bunch of Muslims in New York, and Mamdani is a fucking asshole. So, we gotta make the dogs illegal in New York because Muslims don't like it. And I'm like, dude, honestly, I can't think of one time that one dog strapped on a vest of dynamite and blew up a shit ton of people. I can't think of one time that any dog put a whole bunch of coins and nails in a fucking pressure cooker and left it at the marathon. I can't think of one dog that got a box cutter and took over an airplane and flew it into a building. I can't think of one dog that parachuted into fucking Israel to go and kidnap a bunch of people. I can remember a whole bunch of dogs that were killed just because they were dogs, and while they were killing the people, they figured we'll kill the dogs too. We don't like dogs either. As far as I am concerned, this is just one more in a long list of reasons why I believe that the Islamic faith is a satanic faith. You don't like dogs. I happen to be a person who thinks that dogs are not holy, but represent something worth having. They just don't like dogs. Maybe it's because dogs don't like you. Dogs are really good at sniffing out evil. I don't know. But I want to make the dogs illegal. Like, this is the thing, man. You know, you came to America because you didn't like where you were. And now you want to change America to be like where you were. And honestly, it's one of those things that make me look over at Great Britain, at that Lowe character. Was Reform Britain or whatever, or Rebuild It Britain or whatever the fuck his movement is. And I sit there and I look at all the things he's saying. We're going to ban the burqa. We're going to essentially make Islam illegal. And I'm kind of like, wonder why. Probably because they want to get rid of all the dogs. And some guy tweeted out that if it's a question between Muslims and dogs, it's not really a question. And I was kind of like, well, there you go. And so, of course, a whole bunch of people turned it into, like, whatever. I mean, I guess whatever it is, fuck it, whatever. You don't like dogs, fuck you, I don't like you. Like, if you don't like dogs, that's a not only is it a red flag, but it's also a hard line. Like, nah, if you don't like dogs, I don't really care to have you in my life. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it's like this kind of shit, dude. You want to talk about slippery slopes, right? You want to talk about slippery slopes? Let's talk about slippery slopes. Let's talk about all the slippery slopes that we said we don't want to go down, and then everybody laughed at us because, oh, slippery slope bullshit. And here we are, still going down that fucking slippery slope like a bat out of hell. They almost got maps through, dude. They started talking about maps. They gave it a clever little euphemistic name. MAPS. Minor Attracted Persons. That's like the bottom of the slippery slope we were all talking about. We've been down a lot of slippery slopes lately. Next thing you know, all the wives are going to be conservatively dressed, not allowed to drive, not allowed to vote, not allowed to talk. You can beat them if they piss you off. Hold on, I'm thinking. Nah, I still like dogs more.